Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and in tonight's movie review, I'm going to be doing a movie review on this really old movie released in January 1964. Yeah, this is going to be a 60s movie review, and it's also a black and white movie as well. So, and yeah, this time I'm not reviewing this movie in black and white because I don't really feel like adding black and white filters for today's black and white movie reviews. So. Yeah, that was long ago. That was long ago since the last time I've done a black and white filter review on a black and white film, but that doesn't really matter. Some of you guys probably don't care anyway. So tonight's review is going to be on the 1964 film Doctor Strangelove. Like, not to be confused with the MCU Doctor Strange, because I'm not talking about that Doctor Strange. I'm talking about this Doctor Strangelove, and that's what the movie's called. Doctor Strangelove, released in the year 1964. and this movie also comes to us from the director of some classic films like The Shining, Full Metal Jacket, and Clockwork Orange, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Eyes Wide Shut, which I still have not seen yet, but whatever, among others. So, in this movie, Doctor Strangelove is a film about what could happen if the wrong person pushed the wrong button, and it played the situation for laughs. U.S. Air Force General Jack Ripper goes completely insane and sends his bomber wing to destroy the USSR. He thinks that the communists are conspiring to pollinate, like, to pollute the precious bodily fluids of the American people. And of course, this black and white movie's played out as like a political satire black comedy film. And yeah, this movie is actually one of Stanley Kubrick's earliest films he worked on. And this was actually way before Stanley Kubrick worked on some classic films like the ones I just mentioned. And I actually just got done watching it on Amazon Prime Video for free earlier today. And I gotta say, this movie, Doctor Strangelove, was actually a really well-made masterpiece film. I actually loved everything about this movie, not a single flaw. I do like how the movie is shot, of course, like how this movie's shot in black and white, and I not only that, but I also like the cinematography as well, like how this movie takes place like during like the Air Force and all that. And I do like how it's like how they film on the planes and all that. And yeah, and I think when it comes to the humor in this movie, the humor in this one can be funny at sometimes, while some parts might be a little serious. But that's kind of the point of Stanley Kubrick's work, of course. Like that's kind of the point for Stanley Kubrick's work, of course, because Stanley Kubrick's like films can be very weird and really strange. Like, you know, some Stanley Kubrick's works can be very weird. Like, because even this one weird movie I have seen from Stanley Kubrick is one of them I mentioned at the beginning of this video, Clockwork Orange. Yeah, and my mom even told me that Eyes Wide Shut, which was Stanley Kubrick's last film he directed, like Eyes Wide Shut was also a very weird film too, as far as I heard. It's that one's more like an erotic film with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. But yeah, this review is just going to be on like Doctor Strangelove. And what I also like about this movie is also the performances, because I always can't go wrong with acting performances most of the time. I thought the performances were well played out, and Peter Sellers, who was in the film, as far as I know, who was in this film, Peter Sellers, I thought he did great. He was pretty funny, as well as Sterling Hayden, George C. Scott, Slim Pickens, and Tracy Reed. Oh yeah, and also, and I gotta say, even the soundtrack and music I thought was pretty good as well. The main music that plays throughout most of this movie is When Johnny Goes Marching Home, otherwise known as The Ants Go Marching. Like, I've heard that song a lot when I was a little kid. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot to mention, Doctor Strangelove is also the very first movie and film debut of the legendary late James Earl Jones. Yeah, this was actually his first movie he was in. Yeah, James Earl Jones was actually, like, his first movie. It was a Stanley Kubrick film, and this was his first movie. He actually played like a little lieutenant, like during a couple scenes in the film at the beginning and the end. And I thought James Earl Jones actually did good for his first acting role at the time when this movie came out. And yeah, I kind of felt like watching it. I kind of felt like watching it to honor his memory. And yes, I am wearing my Lion King shirt that I recently got, my Hakuna Matata shirt. And and coincidentally, I actually got this Hakuna Matata shirt like yesterday, coincidentally on the same day James Earl Jones passed away. And the sequel to Coming to America from 2021, that one was actually James Earl Jones' last movie he was in before his death. And like I said, Doctor Strangelove is his first movie he was in. Some of his earliest movies I've seen with him include The K. The K is actually based on a novel by Theodore Taylor, which I remember reading when I was in middle school. And of course, yeah, I've seen the TV movie The K with James Earl Jones himself as Timothy. And I gotta say, when it comes to Stanley Kubrick's like direction and producing and writing to this film, I gotta say, I think Stanley Kubrick actually does a pretty solid job like working on this film, like the way he puts effort into this movie before his work got better as years went by until his death in 1999. Oh yeah, and of course, I also remember hearing that originally Stanley Kubrick was set to direct this like AI artificial intelligence movie released in like 2001 or 2002, whatever. But since Stanley Kubrick passed away in 1999, and the crew they decided to give the directing efforts to Steven Spielberg and have Steven Spielberg direct artificial intelligence AI, which I still haven't seen that one either because I know I'm missing out on a lot of these like big movies, but yeah. But yeah, like I said, tonight's review is on Doctor Strangelove since I kind of felt like reviewing it tonight, just so I can keep on making videos and just so I can keep going and monetize my videos every now and then. Yeah. But aside from all that, overall, Doctor Strangelove was a masterpiece work of art film, and I'm gonna give Doctor Strangelove 5 out of 5 stars. So yeah, if you haven't seen this movie yet, then I recommend it. And if you like Stanley Kubrick's work, then I recommend checking this one out. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for my movie review on Doctor Strangelove. And that's going to be it for this video, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, goodbye everybody, and that's about it.